If you make one small change a month, by the end of the year, you will have 12 changes that have become a part of your life, which is phenomenal. So slow and steady approach is something that is definitely sustainable. It's Ann-Marie Antic here on the D8 Training Podcast. This is the last episode for 2024. And today I want to cover a topic that feels like it's the most talked about topic at the moment. New Year's resolution. I'm going to share with you a formula that I use personally and has helped me implement habits, achieve my goals, and get the success that I have in my life. It's also helped many of our clients as well. Did you know that approximately 74% of Australians, so about 15.5 million people in Australia, will set a New Year's resolution for 2025? Women are more likely to set a New Year's resolution than men, so about 80% of women to 69% of men. And the most common goals are health-related resolutions. 39% of people aim to eat healthier, 37% seek to improve fitness, and 33% commit to losing weight. While many Australians set resolutions, maintaining them can be a challenge. And did you know that only 8% of people achieve their resolution? What's even more interesting is that by January 12 days into the new year, is when most people are likely to abandon their New Year's resolution. This is the case not just with New Year's resolutions, however, many goals, especially around health, fitness, weight loss. I was once coaching a lovely woman with health and fitness goals around 8 years ago, and she came to me and she had a goal all set out. She was going to lose weight. And I went, great, what are we going to do about it? And she had a plan mapped out. She's going to go to the gym 4 times a week. She wasn't going at all prior to this. For breakfast, she was going to make a seed mix with yogurt and berries. For lunch, eat a salad. Dinner, it's going to be meat and veggies, no carbs. And then for snacks, she'll just have some nuts or fruit. She started off strong for the first few days, and it was good. She lost a little bit of weight, maybe a bit of water weight, but she got some results. And then life got in the way and she stopped and gave up. There were a few key flaws in her approach. Firstly, what she wanted to do was overwhelming and not sustainable. It didn't fit in with her life, and it was a big adjustment to do all at once. She self-diagnosed herself on what she thought she needed, and she set it out without consulting a professional or getting some more advice on it. There was definitely not enough food and she would go hungry, which is exactly what happened. And then in the moment of being busy, she started binging on easy processed food. She had 3 kids under the age of 6, and due to her big extended family commitments, she was at functions at least 2 times a week, sometimes up to 4 and 5. I bumped into her and I hadn't seen her for about 4 years, and now she's bigger than she was and she's just blaming life and it's too busy and put it into the too hard basket. Do you know anyone like this? Have you been like this in your life? I know I have. We often overestimate what we can do in a month or achieve in a month and underestimate what we can do and achieve in a year. Using the weight loss as an example, and say you want to lose weight, 5, 10, 20, maybe 40 kilos, I'm sure that you didn't achieve that weight and putting all that weight on in a month. It took years of hard work. Can you lose the weight quickly? Yeah, you can, but whether it's sustainable or not is different. How can you make this a lasting change? The 5 steps. 1, you set the goal. 2, know where you're at. 3, believe in yourself. 4, change one habit a month. And 5, measure and celebrate progress. Number 1, set your goal. What is it that you want to achieve? Make sure that it is tangible and measurable. Common one we hear here in the gym is to get stronger, lose weight, or be able to move again. So once you've defined what it is you want to do, write down why. Because if your why is strong enough, you're more likely to do it. Why do you want to get stronger? Is it because you want to be able to lift your grandkids? Why do you want to lose weight? So you can feel better, be healthier, get off medications. I know personally for me, the reason that I exercise, that I do gym, and that I try to live a healthy life is because I want to set an example for my kids. As they grow, they get older, I want them to be healthy. I want them to be active. I want them to have a fulfilling life and not be sick. So set the goal and put why it is important for you. Step 2, know where you are and what is needed. Be clear on where you are. Not where you should be, not where you could be, not where you were 10, 15 years ago, where you are today. So if your goal is weight loss, know what your current weight is. One of my goals for 2025 is to have 15 to 16% body fat. So I'll be doing a body scan at the Smart Recovery and Wellness, and it will tell me what my body fat percentage is, my skeletal muscle mass, my water weight, my bone density, and so forth. So I've got that baseline, and then I'll continue to get them done and track it over time. If you're going to get stronger, maybe do an assessment, determine what you can do and where you're at, how much weight you're lifting or not lifting. And then write down what has stopped you before. What is your Achilles heel? I'm going to use my dad as an example. My dad has embarked on many weight loss endeavors, and he knows it all. He knows how to do it. By not eating, he'll be able to lose weight. Yet this is not sustainable for him. So he might eat one meal a day, and then what will happen, it will get to like 8 o'clock at night, he'll get hungry, and then he'll binge on that ice cream that mum's bought in the fridge. Whereas if he was to go, hold on a second, eating one meal a day does not work for me, trying to cut down my food, what else can I do? He might come up with a different approach, like eating a lot more protein and more meals, which is actually more food, which will keep him satiated, which means that he'll be less likely to get hungry, which means he'll be less likely to binge on the ice cream. By being honest, accepting what you haven't done, it will allow other ideas to flow, and you can be really honest and you're more likely to get results. If you're not sure what to do, get a good coach that can help, because what works for one person may not necessarily work for you. I am going to do a big call out here. Do not get advice from people who have not done what you have done. If you have a toothache, would you go to a podiatrist? I don't think so. You would go to a dentist. And that's the same. If you want to lose weight, if you want to get stronger, no matter what you want to do, speak to people who have done what you have done and are able to help you. I wouldn't go to my dad for weight loss advice. Next, make a list of what you need to achieve your goal. So sticking with the weight loss, what is it that you need? Eat more protein, eat less carbs, go to the gym to lift weights 3 times a week, increase your water intake, go for a walk 5 times a week, stop eating after 7 p.m, only start eating from 8 a.m. the next day, consistent sleep routine, limit the amount of junk food, stop having sugar in my coffee, etc., etc., etc. So just make a complete list. Regardless of whether you believe it's possible or not, just get it all onto a list. Step 3, believe in yourself. Mindset. If you have listened to our earlier episodes, you would have heard Nevin speak about the thermostat. It's episode number 7 if you want to go back to it. So in simple terms, a thermostat monitors the temperature in the room. So if the thermostat is set at 25 degrees Celsius and then the room temperature increases to 27 degrees Celsius, the air conditioner will kick in to cool the room down and bring it back to 25 degrees Celsius. And vice versa, if the temperature drops to 23, the heater will kick in to warm the room up. The same goes for people with weight, strength, finances. Do you know someone who did really, really well? They embarked on a health food journey. They lost weight. They were looking fantastic and healthy. And then all of a sudden, after a few months, they put on all the weight back, maybe more. That's a thermostat kicking in. One of my favorite quotes is, if you believe you can, you can. And if you believe you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right. So really have that belief that you can be the weight that you want. You can be as strong as that you want. You can have a healthy lifestyle. And some ways to do this is visualize yourself being there. Visualize yourself being 10 kilos lighter. Visualize yourself being able to bench press your body weight. Get a coach. Get someone that can help you navigate that. You might have an old limiting belief that's stopping you, such as when you were 5 years old, a teacher told you that you're going to be fat for the rest of your life and you've believed that teacher. Another way is get around people who are where you're at. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you want to lose weight or be fit and go to the gym and be strong, find people that are there. Find people that are leaner than you, stronger than you, so that what they're doing can rub off on you. Number 4, change one habit a month. This is the key for sustainable change. How do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time, and this goes same with changing your habits. And over the years that I have done coaching, this is probably what I've seen that the most people get wrong. So focus on changing one habit at a time. Go back to that list you made earlier and pick out habits that you want to implement. Pick out 6 to 12 habits and number them. I recommend picking the ones where you can get the most bang for buck. If you're not working out, it might be to start working out 2 times a week. It might be to substitute sugary drinks for water. I've seen big results with that small change alone. It might be the fasting, stop eating at 7 p.m. and then only start eating at 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock the next day. And number them. Once you've numbered them, pick number 1 and start implementing it. So it could be to work out 2 times a week. Review your schedule. Go, how can I work out 2 times a week? Which days can you commit to? What sort of exercise do you like? If you don't like doing yoga, don't go booking in yoga because you're not going to sustain it and it's not going to be fun for you. Pick something that you like. I like weight training personally, but there's so much out there. There's Pilates, there's F45, there's BFT, gym training, group classes, Zumba. There is an endless supply. So find something that you like. And even if you want, try a few different things. The key though is to set time in your schedule when you're going to do it. Make sure you commit to it. So 2 times a week, every week go. And once that's become part of your routine, that's your habit, that's your identity that you do, then go back to the list and go to number 2. So it could be substitute sugary drinks for water. Next time I go out, I'm not going to have that Coca-Cola, I'll have water. And keep implementing that until it's become a habit. And yes, something like sugary drinks might not be great at the start, but then once your taste buds get used to it, it's quite easy. And you will find that as you're doing this and as you've embarked on your fitness and your health journey, that just naturally other habits will flow in. And as you're working out, you might not feel like eating as much processed food because your body's not craving it anymore. If you make one small change a month, by the end of the year, you will have 12 changes that have become a part of your life, which is phenomenal. So slow and steady approach is something that is definitely sustainable. And lastly, measure your results and celebrate your wins. Track how you're doing. In the gym, we have a Wodify app where clients can come in and they can put in how much weight that they've lifted. And then next time they come in, they can see what they've lifted and they can try to beat that. If you've come in and you've done consistently 4 weeks of coming to the gym, celebrate. Find a way to celebrate that you like, whether it be going out on a family outing, to give yourself a night off or a nice dinner. But one thing I do want to call out, it's progress over perfection. Something I see often that happens with clients is they'll come into the gym and then they won't have a great session, in their opinion. So they might not have lifted as much, it wasn't as easy flowing, it was just hard for them. And then their self-talk in their mind, they'll put themselves down. Now imagine, do you think if they're having a bad day that they want to come back into the gym? Of course not, because they've put themselves down and they know that that was punishment. Whereas if they just celebrate, go, yeah, it wasn't a great session, but I came. You showed up. There is no such thing as a bad workout except the workout you didn't do. So celebrate your wins no matter how big or small there is. There you have it, my 5-step program that has helped me achieve many goals over time. And this really is what Nevin and I do to stay consistently lean and have a healthy lifestyle that we do. It's many habits over the life that have now just become a part of us. That's a wrap for 2024. Before I sign off, I just really want to say thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in, sharing your feedback and showing incredible support. What started off as a side project has grown beyond my expectations. I've had over 1,400 downloads. I'm approaching 100 subscribers, the 5-star reviews. Really, your encouragement means the world to me. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Leave a review and don't hesitate to reach out for me. I've got lots planned for 2025. However, if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, you know someone that would be fantastic for this show, just send me a DM on Instagram at D8 Training. And if you want to take your health and fitness to the next level, reach out to us at D8 Training. Go on our website, d8training.com.au. Happy New Year, and let's dominate 2025 together.